I just realized I've been talking to myself this whole time. I apologize. So now, I've been literally talking and accidentally had myself muted. Well, then I will explain everything again. So if you were watching the VOD, you did miss me. Um, I am, yeah, I was recording a video. Wasn't in a save point, and so that's why I'm running a little bit late on the live stream. But again, no harm, no foul. Nobody watches my live streams anyway. So I figured why not? I figured, I got this VOD that I'm doing, recording a video game. I might as well prioritize that on a day that, again, nobody really watches live stream. So, but if you did watch the first minute or two of this and of the VOD and saw that I wasn't talking, well, I apologize. I should be good now. Alrighty, where are we at? We're playing some farming simulator. Here's our beautiful farm. I see I have one viewer, which I believe is my children. So, hello, children. Hello, boys. Anybody else watching the VOD, I do appreciate you. And yeah, let's go from there. Let's see here. You are working on harvesting, so we're going to go ahead and keep you harvesting, although you are very damaged right now, so we are going to need to get you repaired very soon. We'll keep an eye on that. I'm hoping you can finish that field up before we had to worry about it. You need to come over here and start picking up some bales of silage. And yeah, I should probably turn on the camera. That's what I get for being a little frazzle-brained right now. First, I forget to unmute myself, then I forget to turn off the camera. It's alright. I'm all good here. I streamed for 3 hours. I think I can goof the first 10 minutes and not be a big deal. Alright, we're picking up some silage off this field. Obviously, there's still some grass on the field that we didn't quite collect all of, but we'll eventually get it. That's the good thing about grass, is it just sticks around. Doesn't go anywhere. It has been one of those days today. Not really the greatest day in the world, unfortunately. But it is just, I guess that happens sometimes. It's not every day can be an amazing day. Alright, get you picked up over here. Alright, looks like you're about to be full here in just a moment. How you doing on repairs? As long as I keep an eye on you and you're not like completely damaged yet, you are at 11%. We got a little bit of time. We're probably gonna have to send you to the workshop and repair though. This is my faster tractor. Hey, how's it going? Spetslozar? Spetslozar? Let me unload you here. Just one second, let me fix something real quick. Sorry, my chat window was minimized a little bit, so it was a little hard to see. Let's get over to you. Let's get you unloaded over here. And I guess we'll go ahead and take you to repair, just to get that done. Get some fuel on our way back as well. All right, you're good. Let's go pick up some more stuff. Hey, Eddie Rock, how's it going? Hey, LMU. Doing all right? Well, mostly all right. It's not been the best day in the world, but it's all right. Could be worse, I suppose. All right. Get you repaired up. Get you back over there. Start harvesting some more. Let's get you some fuel. Get you back on the harvesting duty. Alrighty. Let's get you set up over here. Will I start another one for live streaming? Most likely, yeah. I'm probably gonna. I've said it a few times before. I'm probably gonna finally get into the lumber, just to try it out. I've never tried it. I probably won't like it. It'll probably be miserable. But if I'm gonna be miserable trying out the lumber, then I might as well bring you guys along with me. So I figured I'd live stream that one. Okay, we got a little bit of bread. Flour's good. Sugars coming along. Unless something else comes along. Like I don't think there's any other DLC that I'm aware of coming up anytime soon. So I doubt that plan will change. Like I said, I want to try it out at some point. I mean, I figured why not. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I've tried it like for 10 minutes on FS19. I have not tried any of the machinery for forestry on FS22, although obviously it's all going to be basically the same. So it's probably going to be an interesting, at least mildly interesting experiment. It's probably going to be very comedic because I'm probably going to do a lot of really stupid things, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Sure is a lot of stuff you can make with lumber now in FS22. You're waiting for the horses and sheep? Yeah, horse and sheep might come along at some point. That might be a offline thing, though. Horses can get kind of boring at times, and I don't know that you guys want to see me riding around on a horse for 3 hours, and that's it. You know what I mean? I know there's mods that can help ride the horses for you, and there's a very good chance that I will just end up going with those, but that might be my next non-live stream game, is the horses or something like that. Yeah, playthroughs on the Four Corners, yep. Still like to do that at some point. It'd be fun. Continue that run. Oh, you actually like the pig run, huh? Yeah, I might be able to do the pig run a little bit better with a slightly different rule set of like what restrictions I'm using. I kind of got carried away with... I mean, the whole point of that one was don't even worry about the money, just have fun with big equipment. There might be a way to balance that of, still have relatively big equipment, but actually care a little bit more about the money and where it's going and stuff like that. Similar to my Zelonka run, where I've got the lease to own and the enhanced loan system. If I combine those with the pigs, I actually might be a decent way to still do the pigs, but also make money off of them. Sugar beets take a while, don't they? Very slow. Guess we're about halfway through this field. Suppose it wouldn't be a bad time to start the plowing. No, I do like that about the pigs is that there's a lot of crops to plant. Gives you a lot of variety. I like variety. Variety of equipment, variety of whatever. I mean, the cakes are going to have a variety here, right? We got sorghum, we got sugar beets, we got strawberries, we got eggs. We're going to have, you know, obviously silage and stuff for the cows. So there's a little bit of variety here. Maybe not so much in the crops themselves, but just, you know, the other inputs. Oh, where's my plow? It's over here, isn't it? There it is. Some point it might be interesting to do a run with all the animals like at the same time, because that'll be massive variety. Well, it'll be variety, but also there are some shared food, you know, sources for some of them, right? Watching you do this and enjoy it makes me want to do the same thing with my new PC, but baby steps, yeah. Baby steps, I agree. Alrighty, we're almost done with the sugar beets. It takes so long. What is next after that? What was I gonna look? Oh, I was gonna look at the used equipment. There's nothing there. Yeah, yeah, all the animals would be kind of crazy with, like you said, how who needs what and when, for sure. But, oh, keep you busy though. Honestly, if we were doing all the animals, it wouldn't even matter if we were doing the smaller enclosures. Because even with the smaller enclosure, it's still going to be pretty busy. I could call the series "Let's Build a Zoo." Game volume's like quite low. That's just because I'm zoomed out of this tractor. But I don't personally like the tractor noise. Kind of bothers me, so I tend to zoom out for two reasons: one, so I can see better, and two, because I just don't want to. I don't want to hear the tractors that much. I know a lot of people do like to hear them, but I don't know. Not my cup of tea. Like, I don't mind hearing them. I just don't want to hear them that loud. Yeah. How are we doing on the water? I felt that. I think I just checked this and I just forgot. Yeah, we're good on water for now. Chickens are okay. Kind of bring back, yeah, make a zoo. Yep, that is true. Oh, you're good. Let's get you emptied out, my friend. Sugar beets is one of those crops where I wish I could just push a button and the field will just be harvested. it, it is not a very fun crop to harvest. I like most of the other crops fine. Even the vegetables I've kind of gotten used to, which is weird to say because the vegetables use the same equipment. But it's just, I don't know. There's something about the sugar beets. It's just so tedious. Plus, it helped when I did the vegetables on my Zelonka run. I had 2 tractors running, so obviously that greatly speeds up everything. Come on, little sugar beet dude. Let's go. You're putting me to sleep. How boring and slow this thing is. Doubt sugarcane would have been any better, though. That's the only other option for sugar, huh? Sugar beets and sugarcane. I mean, the only good thing about sugar beets is we do get a lot of it. All right, almost done finally. The pH is still good. We don't need to put any lime down. It's good. What about over here? No, we're still good. So we're going to be fine. What about our scans? Scans are getting close to where we need to re-scan 51, but we're good for now. Note to self, maybe in the future, if I was going to do a similar save like this, I would do the cows before the sugar beets. Save the sugar beets for last. Just because they're so annoying. But, because honestly, if we were saved the sugar beets for last, we wouldn't even need that many sugar beets. We just need enough to fill up the bakery, which is really just one harvest. One harvest will fill up the bakery for several years, and then you can move on to other more exciting crops. But because I did them in this order, I'm actually using the sugar to get money to get the cows. It's all good. We'll make it work. Live and learn. Be nice if we could get one of these bad boys, though. They're so expensive. Oh, these harvesters are so ridiculously expensive. 2 more passes for the sugar beets, and then we are done. Well, done for this year. Then we can do it all again next year. Look for November for the eggs, as usual. Sugar's not till July. Bread's January. Silage is January as well, right? So we'll definitely get some stuff sold. We might even get enough to actually buy the cow pen. I doubt we get enough to put cows in the cow pen, but we might get enough to at least put it down. Alright, plowing shouldn't take too much longer either, which is good. Oh, you're actually not going to do the last row here? We'll get that little spot later. About to move that trailer anyway, so we'll come back to it. I'll get this dropped off, go pick up the last load of sugar beets there. By then the plowing should be just about done. And then we can finally fast forward. Good to have the sugar beets almost done. How many did we actually end up with? It's like about 140. Nope, right at 140. Nice. Not half bad. Guess if we started at 8 o'clock in the morning on the sugar beets, took us an hour and effectively an hour and 35 minutes. It's a lot. I don't remember if we started right at 8 o'clock, but pretty close to it, I'm sure. All right, that is that. Time to fast forward. November will be egg selling month, so get those done. Actually, we'll grab this guy. Let's check the prices. Make sure everything looks good. There we go. Went the wrong direction. Eggs. Bakery. Man, why does that have to be the bakery? Guess we'll go to the farmer's market then. Should get us about, what, 50K? Not bad. Yep, right at 48,000. It's not bad. Nothing really worth anything here. I mean, the trailer's not bad, but we already got a trailer that'll work, so we don't need that one. Full on bread at the moment. Not quite, but we should probably empty that out. Sugar's fine at the moment. When does sugar sell? July as well. No, I'm sorry, that is the one that sells. I say July as well. That is the one that sells in July. I thought there was another one, but that is it. Oh, I guess I could have had my other guy fertilizing the grass over here. I think by the time we sell the silage and the bread, and definitely the sugar, we should have the money for the cow pen. I mean, the only thing we're missing for the cows is a tedder for hay and a the TMR mixer, I guess. Oh, and the milk trailer eventually. That's that. Let's go pick up some sugar. Alrighty, that is done and done. All right, when do we plant again? Sorghum in April. Sugar beets in March. All right, March. Bread's almost done. Strawberries are still okay. I don't need water desperately right now. December was nothing, right? Not till January for the bread. Although I guess we could check the price of the bread now just to make sure. Since it fluctuates, actually it's saying December. Actually, it would be a good time to sell the bread. To the farmer's market, apparently. Not a lot of bread, but it'll sell for something at least. Not more in there. Probably not. Nope, not enough for another thing. I guess we can look at how much this bread sells for and combined with the eggs, and that'll tell us how much our sorghum's worth per year. Be interesting to compare that to the sugar. The sugar right now is worth, the little bit that we got is worth 15 grand. Still, yeah, I think the sugar's worth, when it's all said and done, it's worth about the same, and it's a single field. So as annoying as the sugar is to harvest, the sugar beets themselves, I think the value is still pretty high. Because effectively we've got 2 fields of sorghum going into about, probably it's going to end up being about 60 grand, right? Maybe a little bit more than that. No, sorry, it would be more than that, probably 70 grand. But we'll see. We'll actually do the math here in a minute. Because we had 48. Now we're going to get about 35 grand off of this. So that's actually going to be close to 80,000. I guess the sugar has a long ways to go to hit the 80,000. So it's, but again, it's a small field, a single small field. I guess my point is that we have 2 relatively large fields going into sorghum for the eggs and the bread versus 1 small field of sugar. And I think based on the, you know, how much we've got put into the fields themselves, I think the sugar might end up being worth quite a bit. All right, so we actually got 84. So we got 34,000 total off of that. Because we had 184 before we started. Now we're at 218. 34 grand plus the 48 is 82. Pretty good actually, but again, that's 2 full fields worth. Could be. How would the eggs do it right now? Because if we have a few more eggs, we might be worth selling them. Oops, if I'm actually paying attention. Did I miss the eggs? There they are. I mean, they're not a bad price. The only reason I'm even looking at the eggs, like what little bit of eggs we have, because I'm trying to get as much money as we can on this cycle. Because I know we're going to have the cow pen, but I just don't know if we're going to have enough for anything else. So that's why I'm kind of like considering seeing how much we can get for this few eggs that we've got, things like that. It's only about 3,500 bucks worth of eggs. Why are you... I don't know why this trailer starts to tilt that way. Really? Why are you having trouble grabbing that one? There you go. Alright, that is that. Do we want to go sell a handful of eggs? Might as well. We're just going to sell them to the restaurant across the road, though. Try to maximize how much money we get this cycle. Chickens all right. Chickens are okay. All right. That is December. January is silage selling month. I'll take some of the bread over as well. I'll just take it to the grocery store. It's actually, yeah, still it gets priced at the grocery store. Looks like that's all we got. 2 little loaves or two baskets. It's $2.70 for the cows. $2.54. Okay. We are not far from that. I mean, I could go with one of these modded ones, but I don't know. Well, it's for $2.12. It holds 45 cows just like this one does. It also holds, I guess, that's a bit bigger. It's kind of cool looking though. Holds the manure, I guess, off to the side over there. It's different. I mean, it says it's a tiny bit of money, but not much. I mean, I could go for one of these, but I don't want to go that far, you know. Like that one's 150 cows for only 100 grand. That's not what I'm looking for. This one's at least similar enough of a price that it wouldn't be that bad. But I think we'll just stick with this one probably. All right, let's get you. First off, let's get you fast forward so we can get you turned into silage. Let's take you to market. Assuming the price is acceptable. Biogas, but again, biogas only holds so much, so we'll just take it to the animal place. Will the silage get us enough for the cow barn? It might, right? I don't remember how much we usually get off the silage. 30 grand plus the extra 10% or 15%, whatever it is. So yeah, we should get right at what we need. Whoa. Oh, did I save it? I saved it. Now we know 45 cows eats, what is it on our Sri Lanka run? 15,000 liters of food a day? We might have to start with a smaller number of cows just so we can afford the food or something. I don't know. We'll have to look at it. How much is the food if we were to just buy the food itself? Under here? No, it's going to be under there. I'll find it in a minute. No, I guess maybe there isn't TMR. I think you can get mods for TMR. I guess I don't have anything for TMR right now. All right, fair enough. I mean, we can buy all the components for TMR, right? Silage, hay, wheat, but yeah. Oh, we need to switch to not silage, not sorghum. I switch to something else that's different from sorghum. It has straw attached to it. I think barley is the next best. I think wheat is the lowest, if I remember correctly. So barley gets planted when? Technically we missed barley. Sorghum. Yeah, we could have, if I thought about it, we should have planted the barley right after the sorghum. Which does mean we could do another round of sorghum before the barley time anyway. So I guess we'll do that. Because we can harvest the sorghum in August, plant the barley in September. I thought about it. I would have done it this cycle, but that's all right. Why am I? Okay, I wasn't getting the unload option. That was weird. Sometimes you just gotta unhook and hook back up the trailer to get it to function properly. Alrighty, let's get you traveled back real quick, and I'm going to take a look at the cow pen. We can finally put our cow pen down. I mean, it's not going to have anything in it, but it's a step. Guess I could have teleported to the other tractor, but that's alright. We'll get this over here. Okay. The cow's going to be over here somewhere. Possibly just off in the corner, honestly. Just, let's see. We got to be able to get in and out. Actually might be best to kind of put the in and out on this side. No. Rather do it the other way because we're not going to be picking up slurry that often, but we are going to be picking up milk and dropping off. Yeah, mostly the milk, I guess, on the side. Okay, we'll do something like this, maybe. Do we want to be able to drive through? I don't know that we need to drive through, but I'll pull it back just a little bit. Oh, and I guess we have to trigger this because it was saved to a different spot where we don't have the money for. All right, 254 cows. Well, not yet, but the home. Cows have a home and I don't. Guess I've been sleeping in the bakery. Alrighty, that's that. Cool. Alright, so cows. Oh, I guess we have to go over there to look at it. Or do we? Why do we have to go over there to look at it? Oh, we can go here. That's what I'm looking for. Cowborn. So, I mean, we could get a couple cows. We just don't have any food for them. Get some baby cows. Because we're not going to be doing anything with the milk right now anyway. Save us some money and let them grow into the point where they can start doing milk. Again, we couldn't feed them right now, though, unless we went and bought a load of something. I actually don't even remember what they feed off of at the base level. Yeah, we grab a bunch of these. How many could we grab? We can almost grab all 45. I don't think we want all 45. Maybe we start with like 15. And then figure out how we want to feed them. So age 0. They won't start doing milk until, is it 18 months or is it? I think it's these that can do milk right away. I think it's 12 months. So, I mean, I could just grab like 5 of these and move on from that. But again, we don't really have a way to do the milk right now. So, we're basically needing another full cycle before we can do anything anyway. So, getting these at 0 months, doing another full cycle to get all the equipment that we need to actually service the animals properly would be probably okay. I don't know, let's get a bunch of them. Let's get 15. See what that looks like. Little baby cows that don't look like little baby cows. And like, what can we feed them again? So we can just feed them straight up grass. And baby cows, these will eat 600 liters of food every day. Why does it say 24,000 liters of food a year? That doesn't make any sense. 600 times 12 is not... it's not 24,000. I mean, we can go just grab some either hay or grass from the store. Drop that off real quick. I guess we can't get grass. We can only get hay. Or we can pick up some grass from the field over here. There's a little bit of it here. Problem is, picking up grass is going to be a little hard with this baler. I just realized, yeah, grass by itself is going to be hard because it'll just turn it into silage. So never mind. We don't have a way to turn off the wrapper. You do need a tedder at some point. Of course, now we get a forge wagon. I like forge wagons. Just don't have the rest of the stuff that we would need to go with the forge wagon. There's a nice mower. Look, cow transport. How much is our baler worth right now? Not much at all. Maybe we take you to go pick up a bale of hay. We can afford more than... Yeah, actually, we can afford more than that. Can we drop off? I think we need the mixer to drop off, don't we? I actually don't remember all of a sudden. I don't think it really matters which one we get, right? This is 8,000 liters, 4,500 liters. I think it comes out to be the same, basically. Actually, I'm wrong. We get more silage per dollar, or more hay per dollar for the square bales. Cool. Interesting. How much can we afford? 3 of them? I mean, 24,000 liters is a year's worth, and at least keeps them healthy. Yeah, I guess, why not? And that's assuming we can even feed it to them. I actually don't remember if we can just drive through there or not. I have my doubts that we can. If we can't, then fine. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's not like we're not going to use the hay at some point. As soon as we can afford a tedder, we can actually get more hay for them. Which we'll be able to get a tedder pretty much as soon as we get the sugar sold. I guess one thing we could do is we could just feed our cows hay until we can afford a TMR mixer. I'm pretty sure we have to break this up. I don't think we can just drop this off, but for the try. I don't normally just drop off hay for the cows, so I honestly don't remember. Although I try to drop off silage on the Zelonka run and it didn't work. I think that's the case. So yeah, I don't think this is going to work. Yeah, that's how we got the silage in the middle of the cow pen, isn't it? Yeah, I think we'd have to literally set it there. Which I suppose we could... Alright, we could do this. We can... Presumably we could drop off a bale at the front and push it in. It's a little silly, but in theory it would work, right? Because I think we just have to get it to the point, and it just doesn't get to the point as it currently sits. Although I do remember sometimes it's hard to push these bales because our tractor likes to drive on top of them. Really? I got one of them. Got a second one. Yay! Cows are eating. Cool. Cows have food. Basically a year's worth of food. Why do the cows have 24,127 liters of food? What? That doesn't make sense. I chopped off 3 bales, 8,000 apiece. Pretty sure I don't even have to get the calculator for this one. 8 times 3 is 24,000. We got some extra food. Apparently, me scooching it along the ground here gathered up some grass that was sitting there or something. That's a little weird. All right, well, that's done. Cows are at least fed for basically a year. Maybe more, depending on... Let me actually write that down, because I'm curious which number is actually correct. If the top number is the correct number, then we can actually buy more cows. So 24, 127 for some reason. So we'll check that. See how far down it goes down. And that's a mod that tells me how much food they eat. So I just don't know if it's just not calculating properly or what. Alrighty, that is January. Again, our next selling thing will be sugar in July. Yeah. We'll sell a few strawberries between today and tomorrow, so that'll get us a few more cows if we want them. And again, our next planting, since we can't do the barley, will still be sorghum, or no, so will be sugar beets in March. Yep, so sure enough, they did eat 600 liters. So, we can definitely buy more cows. We might as well buy as many as we can, just to make sure they kind of get to the age that we need them to be relatively quickly. Honestly, $5,000 of hay is enough to feed the cows for a year, basically. And that only cost me like, yeah, like I said, it cost me $5,000 and that's 80% effectiveness. We might run hay for a while. I mean, even though it's going to give us less milk, you know, it's when they get old enough, it's not that bad. We can buy 7 of them. Get a few. Every chance we get, we'll get a few more. Just eventually fill up to the 45. How's the water coming along? Water's fine for now until we start planting again. Bread is okay. Sugar's okay. All right, we're doing all right. March is sugar beet planting time, so I guess we're gonna zip along to that. Do we need to pick up any eggs? Not desperately. What about feeding the chickens themselves? Technically they got one more month's worth, but we'll go ahead and just drop off some more. All right, that is February. Not much to speak of, but we did get some more cows, so I'm happy with that. Keep buying whatever cows we can. Cows are doing all right. Yeah, the yearly food is off. I don't know why it's off. Like even now it's calculating wrong. Why is it calculating wrong? It's so weird. Oh, because it must be calculating adult cows, right? Surely? Yeah, it has to be calculating adult cows. And these are obviously baby cows, so they're not going to eat the full amount right now. And that's actually what I was calculating a second ago as well. So when we do hay, it'll have to be a lot more hay than I bought. So it'd be like $5,000 per month when we do the hay, or like a little bit less than that. Okay, let's grab you. I guess the real question is, do we keep selling the sugar? The reason I have that as a question is because we obviously are very close to being able to get the products that we need for the cakes, right? We just need to got to get the dairy to be able to get the butter. And so we're actually not that far off. I mean, the cows have to grow for a year, right? But so if we weren't going to do any more sugar, do I even need to plant sugar? Sugar beets is actually the question there. I mean, the sugar, selling one more round of sugar will give us, you know, some money. We need money, right? We do need some money. But like we've got 24,000 plus 6,000. We got 30,000 liters plus the 3 that are over there. So 30,000 plus the 3 14,000s that are sitting over there. That's 30. That's 42. Plus another what? 21,000 divided by 5 is about 4 times 3 is 12. So another 12,000. We got about 84,000 liters of sugar coming in. 84,000 liters of sugar will sell for Um, 44 grand times the whatever the 1.12 or whatever we're sitting at right now. What are we sitting at? 1.4. Nice. So we would get 50 grand for our sugar right now. On the flip side, 84,000 liters of sugar will... How much bakery time would that give us for cakes? A lot, right? Like, even if we got a second bakery, which we probably would need to get a second bakery, we only use 2 things of sugar 192 times a month. So 192 times 2 times 12, 4,600. And if we got times 2, so we got a second bakery, 84,000 liters of sugar will last us almost 10 years. It'll last us 9 years. We could just never do sugar again. Very tempting. One way we can make some money right now is selling all of our sugar beet stuff. Right? We sell the planter because we don't need the planter anymore. That's 50 grand. We sell the beet. Yeah, okay, we're gonna get 100 grand from this already. Okay, yeah, I think we sit on the sugar. And we just don't ever have to do sugar beets again. I mean, there's no way this game takes me 9 more years. Well, it might. But if it does, well, fine. We'll get another... By then, we'll have money from other things. And we'll get another planter. Actually, even more so, if we're not doing sugar anytime soon, then we can sell the sugar mill as well. It's really interesting. I hadn't thought about that. Actually, we need to unfold this. Actually, we need to unload this. That's what we need to do first. And then we need to... how do we unfold it? Oh, there we go. So is this the right plan? To just get off the sugar entirely? Trust that 84,000 liters will last us a significant amount of time. I think it's the right move. Trippy Toad gets us the dairy right now as well. But we don't have milk yet. Could always buy some adult cows. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot going through my mind right now about what we could do with all this. Do we have anything that will give us straw that we can plant now? What am I looking for? I'm looking for the calendar. We can plant oats right now. And the good thing about oats is they would be ready in time for planting barley. So instead of sugar, we can plant oats, get some straw for the cows. Yeah, we'd have to sell the oats just straight up, but that's okay. And then we start the cycle of just doing barley after that. A plan is coming together that will speed some things up most immediately. Which kind of makes you wonder, was the sugar worth it? Like, how many cycles of sugar did we do? 3? 2? 3? So we probably got, 150 grand off of the sugar. I don't know. Was it worth it? It's hard to say. Oh, I don't have the money to paint it. Okay. Don't look. I'm just going to borrow money to paint it real quick, and then we're going to sell it back. Don't tell anybody. Just kidding. I didn't mean to borrow the money. Nothing to see here. I didn't sign on the dotted line. I just held it in my hand for a minute. Guess if we're going to do oats, then we can go and get the oats being planted right now while I run the rest of the equipment back. Well, can we run the header chopper thing with that other trailer? The other tractor? Can we run it on the back? We might be able to run it on the back. We'll see. Will you fit on the back? If you fit on the back of this one, then you'll fit on the back of the other one. Yep, you will. Okay. In that case, we will just go grab the cedar. Get that rolling. With some oats so we can get some straw for our cows. Just going to do oats on the small field because I still want to do sorghum, obviously, for the chickens. Yep. You are going to detach, start transporting other things. We got to let the sugar mill finish processing the sugar that's there now. And then we can sell that as well. I mean, I will say this. We might eventually come back to sugar, right? Like, that still might be a possibility. But if we only have to do sugar once, like, every 9 years to fill up our 2 bakeries, then that's not that big of a hassle. Now, I know that we don't need all the other stuff as well, right? We got more eggs than we need. We got more, you know, flour that we need. But I don't mind that. Those are easy to make. We can sell the excess of that and still make a little bit of side money while we're making the cakes. Sugar is just the annoying one. At least for me. Still think it's okay to do baby cows, though. We'll just fill up the baby cows for now. They'll eat less for this first year. Save us a bit of money there. And get us ready for another round of money to be able to buy the equipment we need to actually feed the cows properly. I think that's still the right move. $15,000 to repaint you? Wow. How much sugar will the bakery hold? We can start dumping some of that in there now, I guess. I don't remember. Guess we don't need the Ninja trailer anymore either, right? The Sugar Beach trailer. Sell that. My goal is to, once we start making cakes, to get to about $1 million, basically get to $1 million bucks. And that'll be like my win condition. Unless that's going to take like way too long. I don't think it will, but that's kind of my goal right now. See what that looks like. It's nice having the second trailer though, but we can get a cheaper second trailer off the used lot at some point. Let's go ahead and buy the rest of our cows. So we should have 45 cows now. Yep. $2,400 liters per day. So a year's worth is what, 28-ish and some change. At the young age, that is. Obviously, as they get older, that'll change. All right, we can make that work. Getting the tedder might not be a bad idea right away, because we can go ahead and ted this next round, or you know, something like that, and keep going. Basically, we don't have to buy hay, right? We can just feed them the hay. We might need another field of grass at some point, actually. So that one that we're doing oats on right now, when we switch over to barley, we might run grass on that one as well as this one. Something like that. We'll have to see what the math looks like. Guess we can put the manure pit down as well. All right, let's get us a tedder. Doesn't have to be anything too fancy. Let's see, this 11 grand one probably. Well, let's go with one of the 8 meter ones. Might as well. Nine meters is the widest we can get. All right, we'll go with it. Why not? Well, not widest we get in that range without going all the way to the big ones. No, I don't want a second one. No, I don't want a second one. Which is the TMR mixer. Get one of those now too if we really wanted to, along with the milk trailer. Vroom vroom, yep. Driving around. Oh, before I forget, I will not be streaming Farming Simulator next Wednesday. I have a concert to go to for my kids, so it seems like concert for kids probably more important than streaming, so I will just be missing the stream. Pretty sure most people will understand. I guess what I could do is I could just stream later. See, I'll be done with the concert by... Actually, you know what? I might be able to stream. I just might be like 30 minutes late. Because I think the concert starts at 5:30. Figure an hour, hour and a half. That would put me at 7 right on the dot. And by the time I get home, get set back up. Actually, yeah, I might just be 30 minutes late next week. I might still stream. We'll see. Yeah, I think I'm going to plan on streaming. So I don't know exactly what time I'll be on. I'm going to plan for, let's just call it 8. That would give me plenty of time to get home, get some dinner, make sure there's no issues, you know, with delays or whatever like that. I'll just stream from 8 to 10, so I'll still stream next week. It'll just be an hour late. That way you guys know exactly what time I'll be on, because I'll definitely be done by 8. I just don't know if I'll be done early or not. And that should fit pretty nicely, I think. 2-hour stream should be fine. All right, that is all the equipment. As soon as the sugar mill gets done processing, we can sell the sugar mill itself. Oh yeah, I was going to try and drop off some sugar for the bakery. Where's my trailer at? Oh, it's over there. Used it for the hay. We've got 84,000 liters approximately of sugar, which means that we have about 9 years of sugar if I had 2 bakeries making cakes. 9 years of sugar is a lot of sugar. So since we don't need the sugar mill anymore, like that, we should be done with this game within 9 cycles once we get the cakes rolling. So I just don't think we need the sugar mill at all anymore. So we're going to go ahead and sell the sugar mill, sell all the sugar mill's sugar beet stuff, and get some money back, which means we can get the cows rolling a little bit quicker, because we'll get the TMR mixer here in a moment. We'll get all this stuff kind of going. We'll be able to get the dairy, all that kind of stuff. I think it's a good thing. I mean, I think it was okay to do sugar for a little bit, but sugar's annoying, and we've got plenty for the cakes. You really only hold that much? 7,000 liters, really? All right. Yeah, we're just prioritizing what we need for the cakes. And, you know, we basically, since we got the cows now, we're right at the home stretch. Once we get milk from the cows, which we won't come around for another year, right? Because I did buy baby cows. Once we get the milk coming in, we're basically done, right? We're making butter. We've got the milk to drop off, and at that point, we are 100% making cakes. So that's going to be pretty nice. All right, did you get the whole field, or did you lose interest at the end of the end of the field? Looks like you got it all. Good. All right, so that's some oats just to get us some straw. And again, we'll sell off the oats, which is not worth that much, but it'll be worth something. And then we'll do we'll be doing barley as soon as we can, but first we'll be doing some sorghum and kind of go from there. I'm pretty happy. I think this is a good pivot. Makes me happier not to have to do an hour and a half's worth of harvesting sugar beets. All right, I think we're ready to fast forward. Oh, I was going to do some water, but how's the water? Is it desperately bad? No, we got a little bit more. We're good for now. Oh, you know, I probably should grab you to grab some of the sugar at the sugar mill itself. It's about to get full. We don't really want any delays there if at all possible. You know, you're absolutely right. Root crops are very, very time consuming, but high density. That's absolutely correct. And because of the high density, we just don't need sugar every year, right? Like that's, we can get by with doing sugar every, 8 years or something, so that'll definitely make things a lot easier going forward. And for the context of the save, we just won't need the sugar mill again, I don't think. If we do, then by then we'll have money and we'll buy it, but, buy some stuff back, but I have my doubts that we'll need it again. It's too close. All right, fine. We'll drop it on the other side. All right, that'll take care of that for now. We'll get the rest of it once the rest of that processes. 4,800 times 5 is 24,000. So yeah, we'll actually get the rest of the sugar beets processed by next month, which is good. And we can sell the sugar mill and go from there. We don't need to buy the TMR mixer right now. We don't need this. And the TMR mixer will also do the straw for us. So we don't need that right now. What else? I think that's it. Let's get April. Just double check. I don't know. My brain is like, what are we doing next? We are planting sorghum in April. That's right. It's cool layout. Olives and grapes are similar in that you have to question if they're in line with your playthrough to justify the time. And yeah, 100%. Olives and grapes are. There's a lot. That's why I'm happy with the mod for making greenhouse olives and greenhouse grapes, because I'm just like, oh, sorry about that. Don't know why it tabbed out. Because the greenhouse olives and grapes are it's fine. Like at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? I don't personally enjoy grapes and olives. It was fun to try out for once, and it's cool that they put them in the game, but not really my cup of grape juice, if you will. My cup of tea. So I just kind of like, I just do greenhouse. That's why I'm doing those on this longer run. I'm just doing greenhouse grapes. Alrighty. We need to start mowing. There are so many games coming out soon and kind of now and over the next few months that I really want to play on the channel. And I'm just like, I don't have time to play all these games on the channel. I know people are asking about that Manor Lords game. I know that's coming into early release on Thursday. Technically, I have a key for it. Apparently I've had a key for it for an extremely long time in my email. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, it's coming out, I believe, Thursday. But I mean, it's a cool looking game. I don't know when I'll have time to put it on the channel. All right, let's get you set up on Sorghum. I mean, Manor Lords might be one of those games that, as cool as it looks in early access, just because of time, I might just have to wait till it goes full access, which could be a few years from now. We don't know, right? I've never tried it. I've never downloaded it. I mean, I technically put in the CD key that I've had since... I've actually had a CD key since 2022. So, it's interesting. I was like, oh. Because I searched them, because I don't check my YouTube mailbox that often, but I was like, yeah, I wonder if I have a CD key for this. Oh, 2022. Okay, I got a CD key for this. But yeah, I haven't even tried it out or anything like that. Like I said, I just don't have time to play it, and since it's not full access, it's only going to be early access as far as I understand. Right? Is it early access, or is it now in early access and it's no full access on Thursday? Maybe I have it backwards. Okay, so it is very early. So yeah. So yeah, I might just wait, you know. It looks great, and a lot of times early access games are... I've played many early access games that are actually good enough to have fun with, like it's a full-time game, right? Like, so many early access games are in good state, really. This one sounds like it's in very early access, so maybe it's one of those that's just worth waiting for. Alternatively, what I could do is I could just do a short little let's try a few episodes just to try it out, and then put it on the back burner for, 18 months until it actually comes out or whenever it is. And by then, it'll be fresh and new again, so something like that might work. We'll see. It looks cool, though. I will admit it looks cool. Yeah, it's probably going to be a couple years. Yeah, that's usually... especially the ones that are basically be done by a single developer. Usually those sit in early access for a couple years. But again, during those couple of years, it's basically... A lot of times it's just a full game. Like, it's a full, fun, playable game. I played Factorio for many years while it was still in early access. I definitely did not feel like I was missing anything. Like, it was a full, fun game. I mean, yeah, I knew they were going to add more stuff to it, and they did add a lot of good stuff to it over the years, but the game I played in early access was perfectly playable. Yeah, it looks really good. I'll have to think about it. It's a tough call. Isn't it bad? And maybe it's because you have the expectation that it's early access, but I feel like I've played early access indie games that are more polished than AAA titles, the day they release. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's just expectations, but I've played some really good early access indie games. And I'm just like, all right, I'm having fun. This is worth whatever I might have paid for the early access, whatever. And it's cool because, like, I know a lot of people hate the idea of pre-orders, right? Pre-orders is got a sour taste in people's mouths because you're paying for something before it's actually out, whatever. And that's usually for AAA games, right? Whereas all these indie games that are doing early access, it's like a pre-order, but it's a pre-order that you get to play, And that's like the best of both worlds. And so you get to see it as it develops, and you get to see it as it grows. And it's almost like every time they've got some new big update to this early access game, it's like some new little expansion pack, right? Because you had fun most of the time playing, version, 0.1, and then 0.2 comes out, and you're like, oh, this adds some cool new feature. Now it's a cool new game. I think early access is such a good idea. Whoever started that, I would love to know which indie game, or it probably wasn't an indie game, but whichever game started early access stuff. It's a good idea. Anyway. Who knows? I'll be honest, playing some of these... Truth be told, playing some of those indie games... I've played many indie games that I was like, I will pay full price for this game. And usually full price for an indie game is like 20 bucks. Maybe 30, something like that, right? They don't usually charge AAA prices for their indie games. But I've played many indie games where I didn't mind not waiting for a sale. Because I'm like, yeah, I'll give this developer $20. It's worth $20 to help this developer out who did all this on his own. And it's an awesome game, you know? So indie games are interesting. Yeah, that's another thing, Kaifer. You're right. The other aspect of early access that is really cool is the ability to communicate with the developers directly and just tell them what you want and actually potentially see that in the game. So it becomes a passion project for the player as much as the developer, where there's that communication back and forth to really ultimately end up with a game that's just incredible, you know, when it's all said and done. It's a really cool experience. Really cool experience. Does anybody else do early access besides Steam? Like, I don't know if I don't know if I've seen early access on the Epic Game Store or Origin or any of those other ones. Like, I feel like Steam is it's like whatever they set up that says you're allowed to do this. I don't know. Smart move on Steam's part and smart move on because it builds up hype. That means they're going to sell more copies. You know, there's just so much good that comes from that whole process. Something on my pants. So we're doing sorghum. We're getting ready to finish the mowing. Yeah, I think Steam might be unique because I mean, granted, I don't look at, I only go to Origin and Epic Games for specific games that might, you know, only be featured on those, or maybe I got a sale or for free on them that I wasn't able to get on Steam. I don't use those two platforms very often. So yeah, so I do spend, you know, 90% of my time, 95% of my time on Steam. So it might just be something I just never noticed before, but I think it's unique to Steam. What is it? Is Manor Lords is up to what? 2 million wish lists now or something like that? I think I saw that number floating about. It's crazy. $3 million now? Okay, so apparently whatever I saw that was 2 million was an old number. It's insane. That is crazy. That's awesome. That is really kudos to that developer. I mean, just that is so cool. Because you don't expect that as a developer. Yeah, you love your game because it's a passion project for you. Most indie developers might think, yeah, this is gonna be okay. I don't think most indie developers are gonna think I'm selling 3 million. You know, now they haven't sold 3 million copies yet. Obviously, it is just wish list, but it's still that much, you know, interest, and presumably they're gonna sell a good number of copies, right? I can't imagine indie developers are like ever expecting that. It's just an awesome. It's got to be an awesome feeling. All right, mowing is done. I'm gonna wait to TED it until we get a second round, because when we do start doing TMR, we'll do two rounds of hay and 1 round of silage, and that's what's gonna go into our TMR mixture. So we'll wait for 1 more round of hay. You're still doing that, so I guess we can go do some water now. I don't know if my kids were watching my live stream earlier. I don't know if they're still watching it or not, but usually when I live stream, they have to go to bed 30 minutes before I finish my live stream. But tonight, if y'all are still watching, y'all are allowed to stay up until I'm finished, because y'all's school got delayed by 2 hours tomorrow. So y'all can stay up a little bit later tonight. There you go. They might not even still be watching. I don't know. Sometimes they do. Stardew Valley pulled off a lot of impossible stuff for single dev. I have a lot of open ideas of potential on games like that, or Mandalords. I lived in Tacoma for a good while, and toasted some beers with a dev. Oh, nice. That's cool. I just realized I forgot to repair my tractor when I was over at the shop. I don't know if they can see the chat, because I think they're just watching on the TV. They might be able to see that. I actually don't know. But I will tell them. Kiefer says howdy, mini Broyars. Yeah, apparently their school was doing a planned cybersecurity, like, action is all they called it. They called it an action. Don't know what that means. I guess they were trying to test their cybersecurity countermeasures. And so their internet is offline now. And their internet might be offline for all day tomorrow. So the kids don't have a way to get access to the internet, which means they're back to pen and paper school. And obviously, schools are so wrapped up into using laptops and tablets and stuff these days. Not having internet at school for a day is actually pretty detrimental. And the fact that it was a planned event is a little weird, but I don't know. They didn't give any more detail than that. I mean, the funny thing about cybersecurity stuff like that is that, like, I've seen it many times where you apply a security patch and just take down your entire system. And this is not a good feeling, because you're applying a patch for a security vulnerability that might never get exploited ever. And then you take down your system and actually cause your clients to be angry with you because your system's down for something that might not have ever been a problem in the first place. It's a really awkward feeling. But anyway. I used to live in a place called Pencil Bluff. If you want to go look that up, you can go look that up. It's a tiny, tiny little... It's literally basically a gas station and a church is all that's at that little town. And the reason it's called Pencil Bluff is because the bluffs, the rock bluffs there on the lake there that's right next to that town, were the right... Like, you could break off the slates of rock into sheets, right? It's like what's the type of rock that breaks off into little tiny sheets? But anyway, it would break off into little tiny sheets, and then you can use one piece to write on it. And so basically, it was good for writing with for school, like for obviously old schools and stuff like that back in the 1800s or whatever. They could use one sheet as their chalkboard basically, and the other sheet to write the other piece to write on it with. And so the name of the town was Pencil Bluff, because you could use the rocks from the bluffs as pencils. It's kind of an interesting little weird little thing, but I was deep, yeah, deep in the shale country. Yep, that's shale. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Yeah, it was beautiful there. I loved being in that part of Arkansas. It was very beautiful. Lakes and small mountains, like not mountains compared to like Colorado where I live now, but definitely still very large hills. They were called mountains, and rivers, and we would go fishing all the time. Things like that. And I love the trees. It was just. I mean, there's a reason why Arkansas is called the nature state. It is very beautiful there. Or the natural state, I think, technically. Oh, I guess my little dude over here is done. Oh, I would love to go to Alaska. I mean, I know everybody says that, but I very much want to go to Alaska. Truth be told, I actually wouldn't mind taking a road trip to Alaska. I love driving my Bronco, and I think it would be fun just to take it to some places in Alaska. And honestly, along the way, there's plenty of cool places along the way to Alaska as well. Maybe someday. But yeah, that's the dream, is to go to Alaska someday as well. I love mountains, though. I mean, I've talked about it before, but I love the mountains. I'm more of a mountain person than a beach person. Don't get me wrong. Beaches are pretty too. They're beautiful places. And yeah, relaxing on a beach, there's definitely there's something nice about that as well. I love that as well, but if I had to pick one or the other, give me the mountains all day long. Yeah, Colorado's been great. Love it here. It's been beautiful. We're all the time going and just finding some random place in Colorado just to drive to and see something random, you know, and just unique and different. Like a couple years ago, or no, I guess it was last summer. We just drove up into the mountains, found this little ghost town that has a place where you can sit down and feed chipmunks. And by chipmunks, I mean like 100 chipmunks will be crawling over the rocks around this tree there, and you just go grab a bag of sunflower seeds from the little, you know, country store there they got there, and you sit on the little bench there, and the chipmunks literally are crawling all over you, just sitting on your hands, sitting on your shoulder, you know, whatever, and just eating the little seeds. It's a pretty cool experience. And obviously the drive up to that was beautiful. Like it's up in the mountains somewhere, right? So it was just a beautiful drive. It was just a nice day. It was, we do that a lot. It's just so good. I never used to drive around like that when we lived in Texas. It was too hot to go anywhere. I didn't leave the house when we lived in Texas. It was just like, no, I'm good. I'm going to stay here with the AC. But, don't get me wrong. There are nice things in Texas. I'm not completely dissing Texas. But we love it here. It's just a good place here. Oh, you love, yeah. That'd be cool too. Yeah, an inflatable paddleboard, just to be able to go, if you especially have some good rivers nearby, that would be really cool. Let's go, or lake, you know, whatever. Just kind of sit out there and just enjoy being, I don't know, in the quiet, in the, I don't know. I like I'm a kind of person like that. I just like it when it's quiet. I like listening to the nature. I like listening to the air, the wind blow through the trees, that type of thing. You know, I'm not a huge, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like music. I'll listen to music. But if I'm going somewhere, I'm probably not listening to music most of the time. I'm just kind of enjoying the sights and listening to the sounds. And it's just kind of my thing, my vibe. My wife is the complete opposite. She can't even pull out of the garage unless she has music playing. So it's just, you know, it was just fine. It's just, some people are like that. She's got to have something kind of there to kind of fill in the background. The quiet is the balance to my standard median. Yep, for sure. My wife, you know, she jokes about having like ADHD and stuff like that. I don't know if she's ever actually been diagnosed, but you know, she jokes about it, which is it's kind of funny. But I make fun of her sometimes because she'll be watching a movie on Netflix, right? Or a movie on Netflix or a TV show or something like that, and she'll take commercial breaks. And what I mean by that is she'll watch like 20 minutes of a movie, then she'll pause her movie and just look at her phone for a little while. And then she'll come back to the movie, and then she'll pause it and go get her phone for a while. It's just, I make fun of her for taking commercial breaks on Netflix where you don't have commercials. I have to get up, just take a break. Yeah, that's fair. Especially for long movies, I can see that. How much more water do we actually need? Oh, barely anymore. We'll go get one more load, and that'll be it. Guess we don't need to buy the TMR mixer yet because there's always a slim chance that one pops up used on the used lot. So maybe we'll just hold off on that. Any new mods that I have come across that I like? You mean for Farming Simulator? I haven't really looked at a lot of mods lately. I mean, the only other, the newest mods that I've looked at are the ones you guys already know about, which is the, if you watch my Zelanka save, the lease to own mod. Not really a new mod, but I really enjoy it. I think it works. I think it balances out the game a lot better than the current monetary system. And then I also like the companion that I've been using to that, which is the enhanced loan mod, which actually kind of applies a realistic, you know, interest rate payments and stuff like that you pay back on loans. The loans in game I've talked about before. You never pay. You only ever pay interest, right? You don't pay. You don't pay the loan back automatically unless you explicitly go in and pay back, you know, $5,000 or whatever. Whereas the enhanced loan system, the monthly payment includes the principal as well as the interest, which I think is a nice way to do it, because that's how loans work in real life, right? Very rarely are you only paying interest on your loan in real life. Any other mods that I've liked? I don't think I have it installed on this game, but I like the mod that gives you the little tiny biogas plant. I just don't know why to do that. I think that one's pretty cool. Oh, I did turn it on. Yeah, these little tiny biogas plants. Like, these are cool. I like these. You know, they're not very big. They don't hold very much stuff, but they get the job done, and you can just plop them down on any farm and be able to do something with your manure and your slurry and whatever else you got. So I like these little things. I don't know how balanced they are. I still think they're cool, though. I still like them. Because the other biogas plants are obviously very expensive. I mean, the cheapest one here is $435,000. That's That's just so expensive. It's hard to feasibly get that put into a small farm. Any thoughts on the upcoming DLC for Productions? First I was like, oh, I'm not interested when I first saw it. And then as I looked at it a little bit more, I was like, you know, there are some elements of this that would be interesting to play around with. So I am kind of looking forward to it more than I thought I was. I'm pretty sure it's not part of the season pass, so I will have to pay extra for it. So unlike the pumps and hoses pack, I never paid for the pumps and hoses pack. I was not interested. And since it wasn't part of the season pass, I just wasn't interested at all. But the Productions one actually does interest me a bit more, and so there is a decent chance that I will actually pay for that one just to try it out. We'll see. So water's done. Oh, that's right. I was going to send you to the store to get repaired back up. Oh, you know what? I need to fertilize the oats. Kind of forgot. Let's get you sent over to the store, get repaired back up, and then we'll come back and get the fertilization done. Although by then our other seeder might be done. Did you not get the message? Go here. There we go. Yeah, this guy will be done by then. I don't know why the seeders sometimes... There's a couple of them like this, but some of the seeders occasionally miss a little bit of the... when they turn around, they kind of just barely get lined up wrong. Actually, I don't mind the home. The home-based one is good. I actually like the home-based mechanic shop. I just don't usually. I don't tend to buy it very often because obviously it costs money, and it's just like, all right, whatever. I'm spending what 25, 30,000 bucks, whatever it is, to save myself 2 minutes up the road. You know. In the grand scheme of things, I probably prefer to have it, but just haven't found a spot to a place in our budget to put it, I guess. What I might do in future runs where I'm doing like a full farm is I'm probably going to just put in a farm, right? Like with the whole, like with storage sheds and maybe even the mechanic shop, stuff like that. Just have that all laid out, make the farm look really cool, and then like set the money to 0 and start from there. Something like that. Just because I never get to have the sheds because I just never, there's never justification to have the sheds if you have to spend money on them when you're trying to spend money on everything else. But if I could just have it set up, because it's, you know, most of that's cosmetic anyway, right? It's not really doing much. Then I think it'll add more life to the farm. And then I don't think most people would even mind. And then we can just kind of start from scratch from that point. You know what I mean? I think that'll be fun. Is the sugar done? I don't remember when we last checked it. Sugar is done. Okay, so let's pick up the last of the sugar. Oh, you play on normal? Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Normal is another option as well, obviously. Yeah, the sugar mill produces a lot of sugar. Is that what you're talking about? How's the bread doing? Bread's all right. Oh, rate. Yeah. Yeah, the rate for sugar is just insane. That's the reason why I can stop doing it now. I have so much sugar right now, and I'm just like, all right, we're going to be good for a while. Will this sell? I can't remember if it sells substacks or not. We'll try and sell it real quick. So obviously I'm not going to grab that last... Never going to have that last 422 liters. Oh, not that side. I want you to pull from the left side, please. All right, never mind. All right. Just pull from whatever side you want to pull from. Make my life more difficult. All right, that's that. Oh, that's right. We need to get you on fertilizing duty. It's a race. I think he's got me. I think he's got me. Oh, I don't know. It's almost perfectly synced. All right, we got him a little bit. Oh, no, he's gonna... Don't crash into me! He crashed into me. I actually didn't think he was gonna make it all... I assumed he would turn around before he got all the way to the end, so I was like, I got this. Do I prefer the precision farming mod to regular play? I do, yes. I prefer the precision farm. Yeah, I do. There might be some elements of the precision farming mod that I wish were a little bit better. But for the most part, I think it just adds... I don't know. I just enjoy it more. So, I don't even know why. I actually don't have a strong explanation for why I do. All right, our last act of the stream will be to sell the sugar mill. Oh, did it ever sell the last little bit of sugar? I'm trying to get to the top of the hour. Sometimes it sells at the top of the hour. It did. Cool. Alrighty, let's sell this bad boy. We are done with it. It's not a lot of money back. 36 grand is not a lot. And I guess we could go and just buy the dairy. I know there's a dairy on the map, but I wanted to try out this slightly different dairy. Just have some fun with something. Kind of fits a little bit of the fits our bakery over there a little bit more. Where's the drop off? Right there. And the pick. Well, we're never going to pick up anything. We're just going to have it distribute, so it doesn't really matter where this goes. Truth be told, we could actually even drop it back here as long as we just have the drop off set to a spot where we can get to. Although, what would we do with the rest of this? Actually, there's nothing we would do with the rest of this. So I think we'll just put it. I don't know. It does look very cool. It's like a very stately looking building. You know, it's like a mansion attached to a dairy. It's kind of cool looking. I might flip it like that, something like that. Again, I don't really care about the drop off. We're never going to use the drop off, so if that overlaps into the mill over here, it's actually not a problem. Something like that might be fine. Definitely space for the drop off. That's true. That looks all right. Maybe this is my house now. I live in this building now. It's a mansion compared to what I've been living in. No, absolutely. It's a palatial look. That's a very good way to put it. That is a mansion attached to a dairy farm. Like that is insane looking. Forget you, bakery. I'm living here. I've moved up in the world. All right. Well, that is that. We're in a good place money-wise because we sell the sugar stuff. So we got plenty of sugar. I'm going to probably reorganize this at some point, but we got plenty of sugar to last us for pretty much however long we're going to need. I probably will buy a second bakery once we're ready to do the cakes. We'll probably just put it, I guess, right there where all the tractors are. I'll move them somewhere else. And that's it. I mean, we've got cows, guys. We have our cows. We have everything we need effectively to make cakes. We just got to get our cows old enough to start making milk. That's it. That's literally it. Once our cows get old enough to start making milk, we are making cakes. So that will happen within the next few months, obviously, about less than a year. And then we're making some cakes, and that's awesome. That's the end goal of this game. And like I said, I'll probably, let's go for a few cycles and get to maybe like $1 million or something like that. And then that might be the end of the stream. So we're in the home stretch. All right, guys. I do appreciate everybody coming out. I know we're about, I guess, 1 minute early, but that's okay. There's nothing else for me to do right now. So I do appreciate everybody coming out. I will be back, like I said, next Wednesday. I will just be an hour late. So for me, it's going to be 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So whatever time it is for you, 1 hour later, I will just be streaming, and then I will stream for about 2 hours. So I'll still end at the same time as I usually do. But I do appreciate everybody coming out. And yeah, may God bless you guys, and I hope you join me again next time. Goodbye.